Welcome back to the Deep Dig Sports Pod. I'm your host, Drew. My other host right over there, Baby D.
What's up? It's D. Good to see you again. Go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. Drop some comments on the YouTube. If you are listening on audio, feel free to drop us a 5-star rating. It really does help us out. It really pushes the content to other viewers.
Right now, 3 running backs, some of the top running backs in the league, going through some situations with their teams. Dalvin Cook, I'm not sure if he's been cut yet.
I've been told that he was informed that there will be cut. I don't know if that means he's actually cut.
Basically, we're trying to get a trade going with announcing that he's cut.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a last-second desperation move.
That's so desperate.
Yeah. So Dalvin Cook's going to be cut, if not by now, very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Jacobs holding out of his deal. They were trying to franchise tag him. Saquan Barkley holding out. They were trying to franchise tag him. So what do you think about all these running backs who are at the top of their game having trouble getting paid? I know Eckler also was someone who had to settle for a contract.
I mean, it goes to show you, like, you play a position that is not a premium anymore. That's not the league. It's not, 1990 anymore, where we're going to pound the rock and we're going to play good defense. No, what people want is to sling that rock. You really put a premium on the quarterback, you put him on DNs, and you put it on wide receivers. Those are the positions that are going to get paid highly. Running back, we just seen like 7th round picks, undrafted guys are going to lead you to where you need to be because they are as productive as the top end running backs. And do you really need to pay a premium? No. And so, like, where I think like guys like Dalvin Cook are still going to get a decent size amount of money, I think he gets kind of looped into that. Well, are you on the tail end of your career? Like, I hate to say like DeAndre Hopkins, but like, I think he is looped into that conversation of guys that might like haven't seen that downward trend, but everyone's expecting a downward trend. And do we want to be the one who gives him that last contract where it's like, fuck you money, Well,
it's a good and a bad thing that there's so many good running backs now. Because so many young guys are getting opportunities. So many low draft picks are getting opportunities. But then it's almost too many good running backs because now none of them are getting paid. You could just draft the next guy. And it almost makes me want to, if I had a client who's a running back in college, I'd want to tell them, let's switch to receiver because that's where the money's at. And even if you can just keep making a roster, like you have a chance to break out and get a big payday. Whereas a running back, you play a few years and that's about it.
Yeah. Well, look at guys like Christian McCaffrey who can do that, both. They play that dual threat. They're a lot more valuable than a guy like a Zeke or even, I hate to say it, like I think Saquon Barkley kind of misses out because he doesn't pass block, because he doesn't like want to be like kind of a quote unquote team player in team's eyes. And I think the Giants have done everything. They drafted him very highly. He's been compensated pretty well. They wanted to pay him the franchise tag, which is $10 million guaranteed this year. So that goes to show you, like, they did want him on the team, but he just said, what did he come out and say? Like, oh, I just want what's fair.
But they didn't want him as much as they wanted Daniel Jones on the team, who's been like a mediocre quarterback, yet they paid him.
But he's a quarterback. When Saquon goes and takes the rock and then throws it, like, we'll go ahead and talk about that. But right now you're a running back, bro. And look at what running backs are getting. You just got the combined average of the top 3 running backs, and it's $10 million. So you're going to tell me that's not fair for your position and what it is?
Yeah, it's the players themselves thinking the market should be higher. The team's trying to keep the market low because if you have a star running back, the asking price isn't adding up to what the market price is.
Yeah.
And the proof is kind of in the pudding with Super Bowl teams. If you look at all the leading rushers, they're all, like traditionally not bell cow backs or star running backs. You got like, from the Chiefs, like Jet McKinnon and Isaiah Pacheco. The Eagles had just like a mishmash of guys.
Yeah.
Like the Patriots, who can you name all the guys?
Ramondre Stevens,
Bolden, LeGarrette Blount. Like it's just like a lot of running backs by committees, and so there's not like a lot of Derrick Henrys and Saquon Barkley's just leading teams to Super Bowls. So yeah, I can see why they're frustrated, but I could also see it from a team building side.
Yeah. And so I think if you are a team like the Raiders, where Josh McDaniels wasn't sold on Josh Jacobs at all throughout this entire year, so why not just cut your bait? Hey, you know what? We're going to go ahead and just release you from this contract. Go sign Dalvin Cook. Hey, you know what? We'll give you the 10 mil a year to go ahead and play with us for 1 year as a, hey, prove it deal. And if we do well, we'll go ahead and sign you to another deal. But why not cut bait and do that? Because you've already kind of ruined that relationship with Josh Jacobs anyways. And the only way he said he was coming back was if he didn't have to play hero ball. And guess what? You don't even have a quarterback. So he's going to be playing a lot of hero ball. You're going to ask him to do a lot of carries. And that's something he already said he doesn't want to do with this team.
Well, Zeke Elliott's still without a job, so maybe pay him a little bit of money. He can go over there. Let us know in the comments. Would you pay these running backs more money? Do you think they're getting fairly compensated? Let us know.